Hello everybody, this is Rochan here. So today let us look at a very interesting chapter, the animal kingdom from the first unit of class 11 biology. Okay, so firstly, let us look at the overview of the chapter. The first point is basis of classification. On what basis have we classified the animal kingdom, right? Next is the need for classification. Why do we need to classify animals into different phyla and again into different classes? Let us look at that. And basic characters, classification, and structures of different phylum we are going to look at. So if you see here, there is a small picture representing the invertebrates which do not have the vertebral column and the vertebrates towards the right side. So we will look at all these organisms in this chapter. So we basically have these 11 phyla here to learn under animal kingdom. So Porifera, Nidaria is also called as Coelenterata, Ctenophora platyhelminthes, Ascalminthus, which is also called Nemathelminthes or Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and Chordata. So we are going to look at each one of these phyla in detail, right? Now today let us start off with basis of classification. On what basis, what are the criteria through which we can classify this animal into different phyla? We are going to look at that here, right? So number of cells per individual, whether the organism is unicellular or multicellular, on that basis we are going to classify. But if you observe in the biological classification, we have learned that unicellular organisms are only in monerans, right? Monerans and protistans. So here protozoans, a few scientists consider them as animals and not protista members, okay, because they show some other different characters which are similar to animals. So we have a small confusion with respect to protozoans, but we usually say that all animals are multicellular, right? Parazoans and metazoans. So they are going to be multicellular. So no confusion in this number of cells per individual. It's going to be more than one in most of the animals. I mean, in all animals to be specific, right? Next, we will look at grade of organization. Again, when we see grade of organization, we will look at it with respect to, organization of cell, right? First is protoplasmic grade of organization. That is, unicellular again. So here we have the protozoans again coming in, but we need not get confused with this. So most of the animals will be in these 2 to 5th, these grades, right? So what is protoplasm? Cytoplasm plus the cell membrane is called the protoplasm, right? Now second is going to be cellular grade of organization. So there are many cells in that particular organism, but there is no formation of tissue. There is no formation of tissue, and that we see in the phylum Porifera. Okay, we see in the phylum Porifera. Now, next is tissue grade of organization. That is, all cells have combined. They are acting like a same structure and functionally they are behaving in a same way, and that is called tissue. So, where do we see this tissue grade of organization? We see it in Cnidarians and Ctenophora. So, that is the second and third phyla. Okay. Next, organ grade of organization, that is going to be seen in only platyhelminthes. So we call platyhelminthes members as flatworms. They're plate-like structures, platy, right? So they are going to have organ grade of organization where tissues have combined to give specific organs. But those organs are not going to make organ systems. So they're just going to have mouth, just like that. So that is what we mean when we say organ grade of organization. Next, the last grade is going to be organ system grade of organization. So all organs have come together and they're forming an organ system. So this we see from Ascalminthus two chordata. So after platyhelminthes, whatever phyla we see, all those phyla are going to be organ system grade of organization, no doubt. Okay, next we will look at body plan. What do you mean by body plan? It is the type of alimentary canal that they have. So how is the gut there? How is the gut lining in the organisms? Let us just see. Cell aggregate body plan. So in this there's no as such organ or organ system in poriferans, right? We just saw it. So they're just going to be a group of cells aggregated together. That's how their alimentary canal or the gut looks like. Okay, next, secondly, we have blind sac body plan, or what we call it incomplete digestive tract. What do we have here? Tract. Digestive tract has only one opening. Okay, it has for the food to enter and as well as exit, they're going to have only one opening, right? So here you can see this is the blind sac body plan. So here the food will enter this way itself and also exit this way. So they're not going to have mouth and anus separately, they're going to have it in the same opening. So where all which are phyla shows these kind of type of alimentary canal. We can see this in Nidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, and class brittle stars of echinodermata. But other echinoderms are going to be tube within a tube body plan except class brittle stars. So these brittle stars are going to have incomplete digestive tract. Okay. Next, let us look at tube within a tube or complete digestive tract. So what we humans have, what the mammals have is going to be um, a tube within a tube body plan, right? So food will enter through one pore and it will exit through some other part of the body. So we have two openings, right? So the anus and mouth are going to be separate. They're not the same opening. Okay. So from Platyhelminthes, whatever phyla comes, Aschelminthes, two chordata is going to have complete digestive tract, except the class brittle stars of echinoderms. Okay, next. So from the fate of blastophore, we are going to see this fate of blastophore in the next video. So I hope you have understood the number of cells per individual, grade of organization, and body plan, that is the type of alimentary canal. So if you see this GIF image here, this is going to be a porifera member. So how a person is injecting some color here and it is going to come from the up. So it is going to have some kind of system, not an organ system, but some kind of movement will get it outside. So from this we get to know whatever enters, right, is going to come out. Okay. So this is going to be cell aggregate body plan. This just the cells are going to help do this because it is a porifera member. And this image is going to be some kind of a flat worm. You can see the body is so flat. This belongs to the Platyhelminthes, right? So that's all about today's video. So from the fate of blastophore, we are going to look at this from the next video. I hope you have understood till here. Thank you so much.